I'd just like to say that Carole and I are absolutely delighted by today's announcement and thrilled at the prospect of a wedding sometime next year.
What happens when the royal family's perfect image starts to crack? Carole Middleton, Kate Middleton's mother, has revealed shocking secrets that are shaking Buckingham Palace. For years, Carole and Queen Camilla seemed to get along, but behind the scenes, tensions were brewing. Now, accusations of manipulation and power struggles have surfaced, leaving the public stunned. How did this feud begin, and what does it mean for the future of the monarchy? Let's dive into the full story. Carole Middleton was not born into royalty. She grew up in a modest home and worked her way up to become a successful businesswoman. Her dedication to her family ensured her children had the best opportunities in life. When Kate married Prince William, Carole entered the world of royalty, but she never let go of her modern, hands-on parenting style. Carole became known for fiercely protecting Kate from the pressures of royal life. She helped her daughter stay grounded and supported her every step of the way. However, this approach didn't sit well with everyone. The royal family, with its strict traditions, wasn't used to someone like Carole. She didn't fit their usual mold, and whispers began to spread about her involvement. Queen Camilla, who valued old traditions, reportedly saw Carole as a threat. The two women had different values and approaches. While Carole wanted to keep Kate connected to her roots, Camilla preferred a more traditional image of a royal family. These differences, though subtle at first, started creating cracks in their relationship. Over time, Carole's influence in Kate's life became a point of contention. Camilla allegedly saw Carole as meddling, while Carole felt that Camilla was dismissive of her efforts. Their differences would eventually lead to a deeper conflict, but at the time, it remained hidden behind polite smiles and public appearances. Little did anyone know this silent tension would explode into a major scandal that would shock the world. Queen Camilla's life couldn't have been more different from Carole Middleton's. Camilla grew up in an aristocratic family, surrounded by privilege and strict traditions. She was used to the unspoken rules of high society and carried those values into her role in the royal family. For Camilla, the monarchy was about maintaining tradition and hierarchy. When Kate Middleton joined the royal family, Camilla reportedly had mixed feelings. Kate came from a middle-class background, which was seen by some as refreshing, but to others, it was a concern. Camilla, with her traditional views, allegedly questioned whether someone from Kate's background could fully adapt to royal life. At first, Camilla and Carole kept things civil. They exchanged pleasantries at public events and appeared to get along. But beneath the surface, their differences were clear. Carole's modern, approachable style clashed with Camilla's more formal, reserved nature. Sources suggest that Camilla believed in a clear separation between royalty and commoners. Carole, on the other hand, saw no issue with being involved in Kate's life and helping her navigate her new role. This difference in perspective set the stage for a long-standing tension. As the years passed, the cracks in their relationship became harder to ignore. Small comments and subtle gestures hinted at the growing divide. Carole and Camilla were two women from completely different worlds, and their clashing values would eventually lead to a dramatic showdown. What started as quiet tension would soon turn into a public feud, and the royal family would struggle to keep it under control. At first, the relationship between Carole Middleton and Queen Camilla was professional, even friendly. Both women played their roles at public events, smiling for cameras and keeping things polite. But behind the scenes, tensions were growing. These weren't outright arguments, but subtle moments that hinted at deeper issues. The trouble reportedly began when Kate and Prince William announced their engagement. Carole, as a proud mother, wanted to be involved in the wedding planning, but her hands-on approach didn't sit well with everyone. Camilla, who valued royal traditions, allegedly thought Carole was overstepping her boundaries. Sources say that small comments started to surface. Camilla was said to have made subtle jabs about Kate's middle-class background. These remarks didn't go unnoticed by Carole, who began to feel that her family wasn't being fully accepted by the royal household. As the wedding day approached, the differences between the two women became more apparent. Carole wanted to ensure that her daughter's big day reflected her personality, while Camilla favored a more traditional royal approach. Though they kept things professional, it was clear that their priorities didn't align. After the wedding, the tension didn't ease. In fact, it seemed to grow. At family events, the two women were cordial in public, but insiders reported a noticeable frostiness between them. The royal family's rules of decorum kept the feud quiet for years, but the cracks in their relationship were becoming harder to ignore. Little did anyone know, these early moments of tension were just the beginning of a much larger conflict that would eventually spill into the public eye. As Kate settled into royal life, the silent battle between Carole and Camilla intensified. Both women had strong personalities and wanted to support their loved ones, but their approaches couldn't have been more different. Carole, fiercely protective of Kate, maintained a close relationship with her daughter. She wanted to make sure Kate remained connected to her roots and didn't lose herself in royal life. Camilla, on the other hand, believed in fully embracing the royal way of life. This difference in philosophy created tension, especially when it came to Kate's role within the monarchy. Insiders say that Carole's involvement in Kate's life was seen by some royals as inappropriate. Camilla in particular reportedly felt that Carole was trying to influence royal decisions. Meanwhile, Carole felt that Camilla didn't respect her efforts to support Kate. Over time, the subtle jabs became more frequent. At one event, Carole was reportedly excluded from important discussions, something she saw as a deliberate snub. Camilla, meanwhile, is said to have made offhand comments about Carole's overbearing nature. These small moments added fuel to an already simmering fire. The battle for influence wasn't just about Kate. It was also about the future of the monarchy. Carole represented a more modern, relatable image of the royal family, while Camilla stood for its traditional values. Their feud became symbolic of a larger struggle within the monarchy itself. This quiet power struggle would continue for years, creating tension not only between the two women, but also within the royal family as a whole. And soon the conflict would take a turn that no one could have predicted. For years, the tension between Carole and Camilla stayed behind closed doors. But as time went on, cracks began to show in public. Subtle jabs and cold exchanges started making their way into the media, and royal watchers began to notice. Reports suggested that Carole felt increasingly sidelined at royal events. She was often left out of key discussions or placed at a distance during family gatherings. To Carole, these actions felt deliberate, as if Camilla was trying to remind her of her place. Camilla, meanwhile, reportedly became more vocal about her opinions on Carole. Sources close to the palace claimed that Camilla saw Carole as overly involved in Kate and William's lives. She allegedly viewed Carole's presence as a threat to the traditional structure of the monarchy. The media picked up on these rumors, and stories began to circulate about the growing tension. Headlines hinted at behind-the-scenes drama, with insiders describing a quiet power struggle between the two women. The royal family, known for its never complain, never explain mantra, stayed silent. Despite this, the whispers continued. Public appearances where Carole and Camilla were present became subjects of intense scrutiny. Body language experts weighed in, pointing out moments of apparent awkwardness or coldness between the two. What had once been a private feud was now becoming a public spectacle. The royal family worked hard to keep the situation under control, but it was clear that the cracks were widening. The stage was set for a breaking point, and when it came, it would send shockwaves through the palace and beyond. After years of subtle tension, Carole Middleton decided she'd had enough. In a move no one expected, she broke her silence, revealing shocking details about her relationship with Queen Camilla. Carole's words were measured but powerful, and they quickly captured the public's attention. In her statement, Carole claimed she had been treated unfairly by Camilla. She described years of subtle manipulation, cold remarks, and efforts to undermine her role as Kate's mother. According to Carole, this wasn't just about her, it was about protecting her daughter from a toxic environment. Carole's accusations painted a picture of a royal family divided by personal conflicts. She hinted at moments where she felt deliberately excluded or disrespected by Camilla. The most shocking part of her revelation was her claim that Camilla had tried to influence Kate's role as a royal wife, often in ways that clashed with Kate's values and Carole's guidance. When Carole's statement went public, it caused an immediate uproar. The media exploded with headlines about the feud, and social media was flooded with opinions. Some praised Carole for standing up for herself and her daughter. Others criticized her for bringing private matters into the spotlight. The royal family, known for staying silent during scandals, found itself in a difficult position. Insiders reported frantic meetings behind closed doors as the palace tried to manage the fallout. Carole's decision to speak out was bold, but it came with consequences. The once hidden feud was now front and center, and it wasn't just Carole and Camilla in the spotlight. The entire royal family was being dragged into the drama, and the public was eager to know more. As the dust settled from Carole's revelations, more shocking claims began to surface. Insiders started speaking out about Queen Camilla's alleged actions behind the scenes. These claims painted a picture of a woman who was not only protective of her position, but also willing to play strategic games to maintain it. One of the most striking accusations was that Camilla had actively worked to limit Carole's influence over Kate. Sources claimed that Camilla saw Carole's close relationship with Kate as a threat to the traditional power dynamics of the royal family. She allegedly used subtle tactics to distance Kate from her mother, ensuring that Kate would rely more on the royal household than her family. There were also whispers of financial scandals connected to Camilla. Allegations of questionable dealings and misuse of resources started making the rounds in the media. While nothing was proven, these rumors added fuel to the fire, further damaging Camilla's reputation. Camilla, known for her calm and composed public image, reportedly struggled to handle the growing backlash. For the first time, cracks were starting to show. The accusations made her seem less like the confident queen consort and more like a figure desperate to hold on to power. Meanwhile, Carole's supporters were vocal in defending her. They praised her for standing up against what they saw as years of mistreatment and manipulation. Camilla's critics used the opportunity to question her role in the royal family and whether she truly represented modern Britain. The feud was no longer just about two women. It was a symbol of the royal family's ongoing struggle between tradition and progress. The public was watching closely, and the palace was under pressure to respond. Carole Middleton's revelations sent shockwaves through Buckingham Palace. The royal family, known for its united front, was now facing public scrutiny like never before. The palace's never complain, never explain policy was being tested, and insiders reported a sense of panic behind the scenes. The media frenzy was relentless. Every detail of Carole's statement was analyzed and debated. Headlines speculated about the future of the monarchy and whether this feud could have long-term consequences. Public opinion was sharply divided. Some sided with Carole, viewing her as a protective mother standing up for her daughter. Others criticized her for airing private family matters in public. Within the royal family, the fallout was equally intense. Prince William was reportedly furious about the situation. He felt torn between his loyalty to his wife and his duty to the royal family. Kate, meanwhile, was deeply affected by the drama. Insiders described her as heartbroken over the tension between her mother and the family she had married into. Queen Camilla, once seen as a stabilizing force, found her reputation in tatters. The accusations against her were serious, and she struggled to maintain her usual composure. The palace staff worked tirelessly to manage the crisis, but the damage had already been done. The fallout wasn't just about the personal feud. It revealed deeper cracks within the monarchy. The royal family was struggling to balance tradition with modern expectations, and this scandal made it clear that change was needed. As the dust began to settle, one question remained. Could the royal family recover from this, or was this the beginning of the end for its carefully maintained image? Amid the chaos, Kate Middleton found herself in a difficult position. As the future queen consort, she had to balance her loyalty to her family and her duty to the crown. The revelations about the feud between her mother and Queen Camilla put Kate under immense pressure. Kate's public image had always been one of grace and composure. Despite the growing tension, she remained professional and focused on her royal duties. However, insiders revealed that the drama behind the scenes was taking a toll on her. She felt caught in the middle, trying to protect her mother while maintaining harmony within the royal family. Carole Middleton continued to support Kate during this time. She provided guidance and reassurance, reminding her daughter of the values that had always kept her grounded. Carole's presence was a source of strength for Kate, even as the media and public picked apart the details of the feud. As the dust settled, Kate began to step up as a leader. She started taking on more responsibilities within the royal family, showing that she could handle challenges with poise. Her actions were a clear signal to the public. The monarchy was evolving, and Kate was ready to play a key role in its future. While the feud between Carole and Camilla had shaken the palace, it also highlighted Kate's ability to navigate difficult situations. She became a symbol of resilience and modernity, earning admiration from both the public and members of the royal family. Kate's rise as a modern royal leader wasn't just about damage control. It was about showing that the monarchy could adapt to changing times. Through her actions, Kate proved that even in the face of scandal, the royal family could find a path forward. While Kate rose to the occasion, Queen Camilla's reputation took a significant hit. For years, Camilla had worked hard to gain the public's acceptance, especially after her controversial relationship with Prince Charles. But Carole's revelations brought old criticisms back into the spotlight. Camilla was once viewed as a strong and composed figure in the royal family. However, the accusations of manipulation and power plays painted her in a different light. The media began to dig deeper into her past, uncovering stories that further tarnished her image. One of the most damaging aspects of the scandal was the allegation that Camilla had tried to undermine Kate's role within the royal family. The public, who had grown fond of Kate over the years, saw this as a step too far. Support for Camilla began to dwindle as people questioned her motives. Camilla's relationship with other members of the royal family also became strained. Prince William in particular was reportedly upset by the situation. He had always been protective of Kate and found it difficult to reconcile the accusations against Camilla with his vision for the future of the monarchy. As the scandal unfolded, Camilla withdrew from public life. Her appearances became less frequent, and when she did appear, she seemed less confident. The once assured queen consort now faced growing criticism and isolation. Amelia's fall from grace was swift and dramatic. What had once been seen as resilience now appeared to be ambition at all costs. The public began to view her as a symbol of the old, outdated ways of the monarchy, contrasting sharply with the modern, relatable image of Kate Middleton. The scandal marked a turning point for Camilla and the royal family as a whole. It was clear that change was needed, and the spotlight was now firmly on Kate to lead the way. The feud between Carole Middleton and Queen Camilla wasn't just a personal conflict. It highlighted deeper issues within the royal family and its struggle to adapt to modern times. The monarchy, long seen as a symbol of tradition, was now being forced to confront new realities. Carole's revelations exposed cracks in the royal family's image of unity. For the public, it was a reminder that even the most powerful families face challenges and internal conflicts. However, it also raised questions about the monarchy's future. Could it evolve to meet modern expectations, or would it continue to struggle with its outdated traditions? Kate Middleton emerged as the key figure in this story. Her ability to stay calm under pressure and take on more responsibility made her a symbol of hope for the royal family. While the feud had brought negative attention, it also gave Kate the opportunity to show her leadership skills. For Queen Camilla, the future looked uncertain. Her reputation had been damaged and her role in the royal family was now under scrutiny. The public began to view her as part of an older system that needed to change. The monarchy now stands at a crossroads. It can choose to evolve, embracing figures like Kate who represent a more modern, relatable vision of the royal family, or it can hold on to tradition and risk losing the public's trust. This feud was more than just a personal disagreement. It was a symbol of the challenges the monarchy faces in a changing world. The question now is whether the royal family can rise above these struggles and secure its place in the future. What do you think? Can the monarchy adapt, or are these cracks too deep to repair? Share your thoughts and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this.